Yeah, I lost my voice this time, but definitely want to say what's going on. Definitely been considering standing on some different positions, some alternative positions, and just to start off, just to let people know who I am, the person. You know what I'm saying? I'm a musician at heart, of course, always. But it's like something else tugs at my heart is the plight of my own people, and that's because the plight of my own situation. You know what I'm saying? I come from the streets. You know what I'm saying? I ran the streets. Niggas know. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary to disclose. People that know me, that know, and people that follow me, they know my affiliations and what I've been involved with, and the kind of person I am when you meet me. So let that be known. But as far as being that leader and somebody taking a stance to really hold the position that we want to see somebody or one of our people hold, I feel compelled to be in that position, you know what I'm saying? And I feel I got to stand on that, you know what I'm saying? There's been people that came before me, but it hasn't been many since that have made a sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? And even the people that made sacrifices had left steps so that the people following that could use that as a stepping stone to progress further than. So we want to address the situation not from a past tense situation. We want to take it from that step and take it further than, you know what I'm saying? So that leadership is looked upon by us, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. When people look at me and they ask why I feel like I want to fight for my people, is because the plight of my own life that I went through myself. You know what I'm saying? When niggas when they wonder how like you can relate to the, you know what I'm saying, different aspects of people being in jail and running the streets, because I've been in that situation. I can speak. I have a right to speak on that situation and address that situation. You know what I'm saying? And then and then when you're dealing with what goes on with the oppression of our people, and that's just and that's everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is in a kind of oppressed state because you never get out of the cycle to break the cycle to kind of live the freedom in which you want to live. And even if you do, you're always subject to boundaries invisible boundaries being set by jurisdictions that you don't even know exist. But that's another conversation for another day. This is typically about me and why I feel I have the right to stand in the position that I'm standing in, because the sacrifices that's going to need to be made. And that might be prison. You know what I'm saying? That might be death. And I believe that's why our people, have been reluctant to stand in a position, to be in that position, because, I mean, people got kids and people seen what happened with Tupac, people seen what happened with Malcolm, people seen what happened to the betrayals and how it all goes down if you do stand up, but sometimes that's the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? I think Biggie said it best. You're nobody till somebody kills you. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how his life was reflective of that. You know what I'm saying? So, in a sense, this is really just an introduction of just me letting you know what I'm standing on. D.I.e 4400, divine individuals expanding, helping all reach destiny, and that transcends like just African American people and my people. But I think that's where we have to start, because we've been in the most depressed state. And not to say that we've not flourished since then, but I think as far as the unity within our culture and having a coalition within the economic development within our neighborhoods and communities and political positions that lend us power to set legislation that is recognizable to the community and beneficial for the community, and not a police state where the people who pay money into a system feel as if they're paying to imprison themselves inside their own homes to not even live freely. And that's another conversation too for another thing. But please believe what we're standing up is what we're standing up to do, and it's to do something. It's not about like well, I can't say it's not about right or wrong, because basically that's what it comes down to doing. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to somebody voicing not your opinion, not your ideals, but universal principles that could be understood beyond the language, that if you didn't speak, people would expect this out of you to understand. Because these are the basic customs of life, and that's just another conversation. So I'm going to keep you tuned in. I know I lost my voice, but D.I.e 4400, y'all know.